I would like to talk about the Google Analytics connection for DataVirtuality. The first thing I want to do is connect Google Analytics as a data source. So I'll be using the Add Data Source wizard for this, and I will choose Google Analytics as a data source connection type here. If I go to Next, I can enter the name that this data source will appear in DataVirtuality. I can choose the credentials that have been provided by Google Analytics. Let's cancel this here because I have already prepared this Google Analytics data source. Let's inspect it. I have some tables containing metadata more or less from Google Analytics. So for example, I can take a look at all the profiles I have in this Google Analytics connection. So let's take a look at the profiles here. And I can use this information, for example, if I want to loop over different accounts here or different profiles here. In order to create our first query to Google Analytics, I'm using the Google Analytics Query Builder. And now I can choose a variety of options. Let's take a look at them one by one. So first I can choose my data source. Can be a different data source as well, but now there I have only one Google Analytics connected. I can choose from all the profiles. I could choose all profiles, but here I'm looking for the complete view with no filters. I can enter a start date, so let's date this 3 months back. And I can choose some other options such as sampling or all the other options here such as sort, field, segment, and filters. Let's take a look at the metrics right here. So we provide all the metrics that are available from Google Analytics. I'm choosing a very simple one, so just the number of users and the number of new users that entered my website. But I could also choose custom variables, for example, so it goes as far as this, so I can have my custom variables I declared on my own as well, and all the other stuff provided by Google Analytics. In terms of dimensions, it's also possible to choose custom variables or any of the others. I will just use time now as a dimension here. So let's take the date. And this is basically all I need to do to create the query to Google Analytics. And the result of the wizard will be a SQL statement. So this select statement will select data right from the Google Analytics data source. So let's just run this to take a look at what's happening. And we can see here that it's provided from the website, from the Google Analytics wizard. We're getting the data of all the users and new users over date. In order to have this as a data model for all my other users in the enterprise, I can simply create a view from it. So let's do it, create view. And this view will reside in my views schema. And I will just call it Google Analytics view. And this is all I need to do in order to make this available to all the other users. So if I run this statement now, I will have a view that's being created in Google in the view schema here. And if I refresh it, I can see it here. I can see the signature. And now this view is available to all the other users that are connecting to DataVirtuality. So they don't need to know how the wizard works or what the definition of this web service query is, but they just can work with this view and query it. So let's just call view content here, and we can see this is a live result from the Google Analytics web service. And I can now, for example, go on and work with DataVirtuality features. So I could use some kind of replication here. So I could use a replication job, or I can just materialize this now and on schedule, which means DataVirtuality will automatically download this data, put it into my analytical storage, and will do this on a specific schedule. So for example, if I want to do this every day in the morning, so I can just say let's query this data at 4 a.m. and put this into the analytical storage. And this is all I need to do to automate this. So now I have this Google Analytics data from this definition here put into my analytical storage in the morning at 4 a.m. And whenever someone is querying this view now, they're not getting the data, but they're getting this replicated data from the analytical storage.